Welcome everybody to Just Ask Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, with my special guest, Mr. Freeman Owen Jr. himself. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here on this show. I'm just having more fun.
Yes.
The more you do this, for me,
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm having more fun helping more people.
I love that.
You can't beat that.
And you know what? Shouldn't people be having fun in their retirement too?
Thank you. We talked about estimating retirement benefits or estimating your income needs. We had folks that called and just simply indicated to me, Freeman, I don't want to work no more. When I come out of here, I don't want to work anymore. And as wanna, I don't, W-A-N-N-A, I don't want to work no more. I don't want to go back to a job.
I'm done.
Please help me.
Yes, yes.
You talked about a tax-efficient plan.
Yeah.
Please help me do that.
Yes.
Now, we on the I think it was 2 segments ago.
Yes.
Where we had the call-ins.
Yes.
And there were 2 out of those 10 that said, I don't wanna work anymore.
Yes.
Well, first thing we got to do is make certain you're ready.
Right.
Are you ready? And we had provided a preface of estimating retirement income needs. Well, you want to know more?
Yes.
Just ask Freeman. Call 1-833-414-7233. And we talked about you getting a tax-efficient report. So even know when to file for your Social Security, what income sources are needed, Paul.
Yes.
So that you don't have to step out there and say, oh man, I've given 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared.
Right, I'm not ready. Well,
they sure enough can rely on us. Just ask Freeman. Call me. 1-833-414-7233 and get a tax-efficient report. And also, I want to introduce the text. 10 IRA mistakes. People make mistakes.
Yes.
And the tax traps that are associated with them. Great read. They become clients. And if you have in excess of $250,000, $500,000, $500,000, or $1 million in income producing assets,
yes,
and you want to keep that principal safe and don't wish to go to work anymore, just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233. And what should they do, Paul?
Yes, you know what they should do. Just ask Freeman.
All right.
I love it. Okay, let me jump in with a question, because you were talking about that. For folks that don't want to work anymore, that's such a good subject matter, and I want to dive in a little bit deeper.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the things. So people are concerned about, hey, Paul, I may not have enough income to be able to retire, right? I'm not able to keep up with my future need, right? What can they do? How can a person address those specific issues?
Okay. Now, we've got to prepare. I tell folks now, I know you don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
But you just can't dive right on in with no preparation.
Good point.
Okay. Number one, if you're earning a six-figure income.
Right.
And you retire or separate from service there, a lot of these jobs, if you had to go back to work, the income might not be equivalent to what you were earning those 30 to 40 years that you were in the workforce.
Yes.
And the benefit thresholds, you've got to look at many resources. Your 401k, income producing assets, Social Security. And we need to sit down and talk about this, because it is a serious effort on both parts. Together we can do this. Do you want to go back to work? Do you know what to expect after you have stepped outside the labor force and you're on your own? Do you have enough monies? That's very important. Do you have enough money?
Yes.
Are you involved such that you have a complete project? That's meaningful work.
Yeah. Things that folks want to do instead of have to do.
That's right. And if you want to know, folks, just ask Freeman.
Yeah.
Tap into 40 years of quality retirement income planning. And you know, that resonates, Paul, to provide 4 decades of service and get up every morning, anticipate, ready to go to work, and help clients like yourself that are viewing this program, Just Ask Freeman TV, and want to learn. Hey, in this segment, don't wish to work anymore. I don't want to get out there and all of a sudden I'm running out of money in 10 years.
Right.
Just Ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233 and have a specific retirement plan, tax efficient. See, tax efficient, and know the rules on retirement plans. Understand longevity. Understand taxes. Inflation. All that takes place. And I had mentioned in one of the shows that my wife has been retired almost 10, 12 years now.
Carolyn's
well,
been
I
retired
tell you,
like 10
careful
years
planning.
now. Wow.
Careful planning. And because Carolyn says she's not going back to work.
Right. Let me ask you this, because you're talking about planning a lot, and that's what we're talking about. If you don't want to go back to work, what you're really telling folks out there is just have to have an effective plan. One that's tax efficient.
That's it.
We refer to that. What if folks have a plan out there, Freeman, but maybe it's not working up to their required need? Or is there anything they can really do to get back on track, Freeman?
Sure enough. Just Ask Freeman. You need a second opinion. We'll review your existing plan. Is it efficient enough? Will your monies last based on this plan? Have you considered taxes? Have you considered the cost? Here you go, cost of the plan. Okay? That plan may cost you a certain amount of money, which decreases, or possibility of decreasing, the accumulation that you have. Now, again, I mentioned the fact that you had the accumulation stage. 30, 35 years. Now you're ready for your distribution, and you have to have that done efficiently, and it has to be such that it's going to last your entire lifetime, and plus, you got to sleep well at night.
And that's how that's going to happen, is when you have a plan you feel you can rely on that provides that income. And does it over the long term, because we're living longer.
That's right. We are living longer. Healthcare, the technology, the efficiency of healthcare, all right, is extending our life expectancy. And I want to throw in that book too. I've got some articles or some pieces in the 10 IRA mistakes, and how to avoid tax traps. That will correlate with the person that does not want to go to work. Those 3 people. Call me at 1-833-414-7233. Just Ask Freeman. And if you got, let me share with you, make it quick, $250,000, $500,000, or at least $1 million bucks, plus you got monies to work with. We can design a tax-efficient plan so that it meets the need of, I don't want to work anymore. We'll take that right out of your vocabulary. All right?
And I was just going to add to that, if the good people of the D.C. area meet with you, you're going to provide them a complimentary copy of that book, right, Freeman?
I can give them a complimentary copy of that book.
Fantastic.
All right?
Bottom line is, you have to take action today, in the moment. Change happens now. Not tomorrow, not next week. This has to be the priority of your life, because you're about to go on the vacation of a lifetime. And how well you spend that vacation depends on what you do now. If you've got questions, if you haven't been able to sleep at night, pick up the phone and just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Just Ask Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, with a very special guest today, Mr. Freeman Owen Jr. of Just Ask Freeman. Hey.
Already glad to be here. I tell you, this is getting more and more exciting as we cover topics that apropos to what's going on today.
What's going on?
For our retirees and how we can accommodate quality service.
Yes.
Because I've experienced the retirement aspect and growing your funds and increasing net worth and helping others along the way to do that.
Yes.
And then and you're in the distribution phase. Well, I say be certain that you have enough money.
How can somebody be certain, though, Freeman?
Okay. All right. You might have to work that extra year or extra 5 years so that you have the financial security that you need. I know that maybe you might get bored.
Yes.
And say, dang, I better go back to work.
That's pretty common, isn't it? That people get bored as soon as they take that time off. That happens quite a bit, doesn't it?
Quite a bit, because they've developed relationships over the decades,
Yes.
friendships, and so on. Well, you have to develop new interests. Okay, different clubs, different. Personally, I finally got an interest in playing golf.
Really? You just started taking up golf? Oh, we gotta go play golf.
That's it. That's you. Over the years, as you retire, there should be, or when you retire, or preparation for it, have some interest in projects. There's
Can I jump in there on that one? I want to jump in on that one for me. I'll tell you why. Tell why. Because we always talk about people arrange themselves and they sacrifice.
Right.
They give their time in exchange for this money. But it's not about a pile of money. It's about enjoying the rest of their life, having the freedom to do those things. And I wanted to touch on this aspect of it. We're talking about adventures in life. The number one thing that breaks my heart when I see folks that get to retirement, talking to the boredom piece that you just mentioned, is being able to have a new adventure in life, trying something new, like learning golf. And that's important, because that's what it's about, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. New projects. You're in a, it's a long time.
Yes.
Okay. 25, 30 years in retirement.
Yes.
And you don't want to go back to work. You have to step forward and have some projects that you want to deal with. The boredom can come. Boy, I sure miss my friends. Boy, we had a good time. We go out to lunch. We do the shopping. Blah blah blah. That may not happen now. See, and you have to develop interest. And I mentioned the fact that there may be an extension.
Yeah.
1 year. 2 years. You have to be ready. And the way to do that, just ask Freeman.com. And another way is to call us at 1-833-414-7233. Accept some of this knowledge of 40 years of quality retirement income planning. I'm serious about this.
Yeah.
I've seen it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
And that, I'm focusing, I guess, on these three individuals that call us online here. There's experience of people who asked that same question 10, 15 years ago.
Yes.
And did not have to go back to work. Why?
They just asked Freeman?
Sure did.
I got it right.
That's right. Just ask Freeman.
I love it.
If you want a tax efficient report plan, and you're thinking about and hesitant, like, I don't want to go back to work, but I want to step out here. I need some guidance. Call justaskfreeman.com. Call us at 1-833-414-7233. All right, and get your tax efficient report. And also, I like to offer, usually if the client, they become clients, I give them my book, The 10 IRA Mistakes and the Tax Traps that are associated with it.
Yeah.
There it is, top 10 IRA mistakes. And that is a good read.
Yes.
Because simple things the client might not have thought of, like, oh my goodness, I missed my RMD. I didn't know there was a penalty. I did not know that my nest egg was subject to so much volatility.
Yes.
It's a great read, all right? And if you have your income producing assets are 250,000, $500,000, 500,000, or $1 million, just call 1-833-414-7233 to get a tax efficient retirement plan. Just ask Freeman.
Just ask Freeman.
All right.
You know what I love about just the phrasing of just ask Freeman, what it's about. It's a simple solution to a complex problem.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about in it, Freeman.
Yeah.
When you have a guide that you go to, what do you do with the guide? You just ask them.
That's right. How
So
to get
why?
that journey.
Why do we do that? So we can enjoy our lives, so we can enjoy the things we want to do.
Right.
So someone can make sense of this thing we call retirement.
Right.
This lifetime journey
exactly.
into a whole new world. What would you do if you went to another part of the world you are not familiar with? What would you do? You'd get a guide.
You get a guide.
Why? You want to be safe,
Exactly.
right?
That's right. And you want to reach your destination safely.
That's
Most importantly.
exactly right.
Yes, indeed.
And your financial journey should be exactly the same. And that's why we just asked Freeman.
Exactly.
Let Freeman be your guide.
I tell you, I appreciate that. You know, there were, beside those three guys that, or I shouldn't say that, there was one lady, the three individuals that called and they didn't want to go to work anymore, all right? I want to elaborate just a little bit more on the fact that taking distributions from their 401k and their IRA. Now, the gentleman and the lady, those three individuals, they've worked a little while, over the age of 70 and a half. All right. Let me give a sort of like when they take the distributions from the 401k versus taking the distributions from the IRA.
Okay.
All right. Now, and also the rollover options.
Okay. Roll over.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, with the their employer-sponsored retirement account, they can do one rollover. All righty. With an IRA, they can do. They're going to get their RMD. They can get the required minimum distributions from multiple accounts. Now, here's how that works. Or they have the option to take the RMD from one IRA, all right, that would be that would accommodate or meet the required minimum distributions that IRS says, hey, you've got to take out from one IRA, or the multiple IRAs. And see, that's something very important. Then you can only take the required minimum distribution from the employer-sponsored retirement account. You cannot take the total RMD for multiple IRAs and the employer-sponsored retirement account, such as a 401k or a TSP.
Okay.
Specific RMD distributions. I think this is very important for persons that understand that I don't want to go to work.
Yes.
But now you're going to be taking a lot of different distributions from qualified plans that are available for you because you're over the age of 70 and a half and you've been taking RMDs.
So we want to make sure we're doing that correctly.
We want to make sure that we're doing that correctly.
Yes.
That's why you need a tax-efficient plan. And what you have to do?
Just ask Freeman. Right?
Just ask Freeman.
I love it.
Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
That's it.
This is it, man.
I love it.
I love it. This is, I guess I'm more animated because I've seen from this show, more and more people are calling in.
The lives you're impacting. You
know,
change your lives, Freeman. That's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling.
There's nothing better than that.
All right.
And so, how about your life? Does it need change? What is your financial plan? What is retirement going to be like for you? If you have any questions, any uncertainty whatsoever, or maybe something just didn't go the way you thought it should, just ask Freeman. It's a complimentary review. There's only a few spots left, so please claim your spot now at 833-414-7233. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Unexpected events like a global pandemic can turn our world upside down overnight. They can cause volatile shifts in the market and may cause you to question the confidence in your current retirement plan. As a pre-retiree or retiree, knowing you have a plan that can withstand the worst economic conditions can help you sleep at night. Contact us today for your complimentary review to find out where you stand. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman. For a complimentary review, reach us at 833-414-7233.
Welcome back, everybody, to Just Ask Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, and my guest today has been the distinguished gentleman, Mr. Freeman Owen Jr. himself. Freeman, I tell you what, first of all, I just love your absolute energy and passion for this business. And you've been doing this for 40 years now.
Exactly.
You know?
That's right.
And I don't see any slowing down in you at all.
It's a joy to get up and start, you know, and we talked about it. I don't want to go back to work.
Yeah.
I get up, man, in the morning.
You can't wait.
I can't wait.
I love it.
This is not work.
No.
Look what I'm doing. Helping folks. And I'm excited.
You know, that's what I love about you, Freeman, because what he says is true. I know that when you folks are calling in, you're going to meet with him, he's excited to meet with you. He can't wait to fly back home. I mean, that's where he's at. I mean, that's what I love. It's just the passion, the sheer passion. So let's come back in and talk a little bit. I want to get into some questions. We had some callers call in. Do you mind taking a few direct caller questions? Okay, so we're going to start off with Jane in Silver Spring. She wants to know, what if I take money from my TSP or 401k before I reach 59 and a half?
Good question here. Well, here's what can happen. I want to thank you for that question. All righty. If you take a distribution from your, the TSP, or any employer-sponsored retirement account under the age of 59 and a half,
yes,
there's a 20% withholding, okay, or I should say taxable event, federal taxed at 20%.
Okay.
And you're under 59 and a half, that's another 10%. So suppose you take out $100,000. You don't get a check for $100K. You get a check for $70,000. So that's a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
To take a withdrawal from an employer-sponsored retirement account.
So if Jane wants a better solution, a better way to do that, what does she need to do?
Just ask Freeman.
I love it.
That's right.
Call you and
me.
let you work with her directly.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
1-833-414-7233.
Yeah.
And there is a way to get a distribution if you're under the age of 59 and a half.
Really?
Just ask Freeman. Get your tax-efficient report. Call us at 1-833-414-7233. Yes.
I love that.
Okay.
Can we take another question, buddy?
Yes, please.
Are we good with that? Okay. So John in Camp Spring wants to know, I will reach 70 and a half this year. Do I take the required minimum distribution?
One of our segments. That's a good question, John. Where's John located?
Camp Springs.
Oh, okay. Not too far from in the Mecca of Washington, D.C. there. He's going to take his RMD at 70 and a half this year.
Yeah. Should he?
He better. Well, no, not necessarily, because the Secure Act.
Okay.
Okay. Individuals that was brought to that bill was enacted upon on January of 2020. Now, this gentleman is going to be 70 and a half this year. He didn't have to take a required minimum distribution until he's age 72. So you got a couple more years there.
Okay.
Yeah, before.
So he has some time.
He has time, yes.
Good.
So we could help him with his RMD.
Okay.
And we would even have projected out what he would receive starting at age 72 and avoiding a costly mistake. Some folks sleep it. Let me give you a good example.
Okay.
This gentleman had $500,000. Now, no one helped him. He came to me after this fiasco. 500,000, 75 years old, supposed to take his RMD.
Yep.
Which was approximately 26, 29, I think about 26 to 30,000 in that range there. He got a big tax bill.
Really?
No one helped him.
Oh.
All right. He was taxed on the required minimum distribution amount. No one helped him.
Yeah.
And we're running out of time.
Yes.
But we had the solution.
Okay.
All right, now the clock's on the wall. You've got to take this show away.
Yeah, but you know, because what he did was...
Just ask Freeman.
That's what he did.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about, folks. It's just asking a trusted advisor. Someone who's been in the community for 40 years. Changing lives. Because it's about you and your dreams. Who's your guide through this process? Pick up the phone. Just ask my friend Freeman here. 833-414-7233 and get your complimentary review. We want to thank you so much for being with us today. Be well and enjoy your retirement.